From Mencari Newsroom at redmencari.com.
Good evening, I'm Miko Santos with today's rundown. Welcome to our 5 minutes briefing where we bring you the most significant stories of the day. Let's dive right in. Here's our story. Inflation has fallen to 2.4%, landing in the bottom half of the Reserve Bank target range, with underlying inflation at its lowest level in 3 years at 2.9. Treasurer Jim Chalmers called the figures a powerful demonstration of the progress that Australians have made together in the economy and a proof of responsibility economic management, which has been a defining feature of this Albanese Labor government.
Under Labor, inflation is low, real wages are growing, unemployment is low, we've got the debt down, growth is rebounding solidly in our economy, and interest rates have started to come down as well.
The Treasurer noted that when the government took office, headlines inflation was 6.1% and rising, compared to today's 2.4%, marking significant progress in economic recovery. With the national election just days away, Prime Minister Anthony Albanese and Opposition Leader Peter Dutton have outlined their competing vision for Australia's future. Speaking at National Press Club, Prime Minister Albanese highlighted his government's achievements in lowering inflation, creating jobs, and providing cost of living relief.
My message to Australians is this. If Peter Dutton wants you to take a risk on him, then he should look you in the eye. He should tell you what he will cut and what you will pay. In Australia, we sometimes think of ourselves as a young nation. But not only do we have the privilege of being home to the world's oldest continuous culture, Australia is also one of the world's oldest and strongest democracies. Every election affirms the right and the responsibility of every citizen to choose the future that they want for our nation. And at this election, the choice for Australians is more important and more clear than ever before.
Meanwhile, Opposition Leader Peter Dutton emphasized his plan to cut fuel prices and provide tax rebates to address the cost of living pressures.
Look, I think this election is about a choice between 3 more years of Labor under Mr Albanese, which I just don't think Australians can afford, or our plan, which is to cut petrol by 25 cents a litre, to give $1,200 back by way of tax rebate to help families with the cost of living pressures now, axe the ute tax, and make sure that we can help families, young homeowners get a home sooner. And Mr Albanese doesn't want to talk about the last 3 years because he can't tell people that they're better off. He can't talk about the achievements of the government, which is why the negative stuff continues to flow for them. But there's a positive plan that we have, and that's exactly what we intend to implement.
U.S. President Donald Trump tariff policy continued to create ripples across global markets, with particular concern for Australian exports. During a rally in Michigan, Trump emphasized his focus on protecting American workers through the tariff policy, stating they're already seeing results with automotive companies returning to the United States.
Got a lot of auto jobs coming. Watch what's happening. The companies are coming in by the tens. You got to see what's happening. They all want to come back to Michigan and build cars again. You know why? Because of our tax and tariff policy. They're coming from all over the world. They're coming up and they're opening up plants and they're talking to us all day and all night. They want to get here and they're coming in at levels you've never seen before. And I want to thank the auto workers for your support. That was great.
Opposition leaders Peter Dutton commented on the matters when asked about Mr. Trump's relationship with the Australian government, noting that President Trump is aware that Prime Minister has been trying to contact him. Charitable organizations across country are reporting increased demand for their services as families struggle with raising costs of essentials. Opposition leaders Peter Dutton visited a support organization in Melbourne that provides assistance to mothers in need highlighting the growing pressure on Australian families. Both parties have outlined cost of living relief measures in their election platforms, with Labor highlighting energy bill relief and the coalition promising fuel excise cut. That's our 5-minute news briefing for today. For more comprehensive coverage and breaking news update, visit readmencari.com, subscribe to our newsletter, and you can also listen to our podcast of all major platforms. Remember to support quality journalism. Your subscription helps us deliver the news that matters. I'm Mika Santos. Thank you for listening.
Subscribe to Mencari for news with authentic Gen X perspective. Cutting through the noise with zero fluff. Available now across all podcast platforms. News without the noise, perspective without the panic.